Okay. Well,
Yeah,
hello, Manny.
how
How are
you
you?
doing, Aiden? Happy New Year, as I said before.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I'm here with Manny Villapol. First, what is your role at QPL?
Right now, I'm working as instructional manager. I'm doing some curriculum development. I'm doing some teaching. Not right now, because right now we're in between semesters. There's a project coming up which I would very much like to be a part of, which is a podcast. And hopefully I'll be part of that. That was my impression from the beginning of it, from the very beginning of it. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to spend time working on that as well.
Yeah, very cool. A podcast. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome. What would like the podcast in general be about?
Well, that's part of the stuff that's on the drawing board at this time, but there are different ideas being tossed around, like giving the community a voice,
Hmm,
interviewing certain people from the community just to that they share their concerns. Also, I think it has like almost limitless capabilities.
that sounds great. And a podcast, very modern. Everyone listens to podcasts, so that could
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
reach a wide audience, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep.
Okay, and the next question is, how did you get your start in education?
All right. So when I started studying, I didn't know what the heck I wanted to be.
Everyone.
Uh, so I always had deep respect for science and math. I had that from, I guess I was indoctrinated in that in some respect. So when I started studying in college, I mean, I thought I was going to be an electrical engineer.
Hmm.
Okay. But when I first started, I didn't realize how unprepared I was academically to be an electrical engineer. So, anyway, so I started taking remedial courses when I first started college. Like the first 2 years were remedial courses. And then I was actually up to like beginning college level, right? After 2 years. Okay, so I started studying for that, for electrical engineering, pre-engineering kind of stuff, and math was very much there all the time. Eventually, I dropped the engineering idea and I just stuck with math. Once I graduated from college, it seemed practical, if not anything else, at least practical to get a job in teaching. I do enjoy tremendously sharing the little I know. So I do get a great, I guess I might be selfish, but I do get uh, pleasure when I get to speak with somebody who appreciates the knowledge or the facts that I have to share. And I'm also welcoming and hoping to get something from the person I'm speaking to. But if that's not the case, that's also fine.
So next I'm wondering, what do you enjoy most about working at QPL?
Without a doubt, at QPL, at any place that I worked at, when I used to work at the Board of Education, at 1199, teaching members. Basically, what I enjoy the most is when I see people learning, when
Mm,
I see them, when I see them, when I see happiness come onto their faces because now the thing that they didn't understand, now they understand.
that is very gratifying. What is your favorite memory from, it doesn't have to be QPL, your whole career?
Well, I can tell you, like, when I started teaching high schools, at one point they had me teaching bilingual math, and I mean, I like to laugh, and I think that bringing some kind of humor to the classroom, it's essential to having like a nice environment in which you can learn and feel good at the same time, not feel like they're pulling your teeth. You know what I mean? Like You want to have that kind of an environment. When I was teaching some of the bilingual classes that I taught, when I had older students, this is high school, but I had like people that were seniors, so they were older, and older meaning 18. But they had, I guess, because we share certain things in common from our culture. We could play around with the language. I find that Spanish and probably many of the Romance languages lend themselves to be played with. You could change the endings of words. It makes it, to the speaker, it makes it funny. So
Yeah.
things like that, we were able to have like a great time. Make We had like a good camaraderie going on in the class as a whole. That's To answer it. That would probably be, as far as professionally, that was probably my favorite memory, having those students.
Apologies, there's a bell ringing. That sounds like incredible. Bilingual math. That
High
sounds
school math,
brutal.
yeah. Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds brutal. If you can make light of that, then that's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic.
Yep.
All right. Next up, where would you like to see your, I know you probably already answered this a bit with wanting to do that podcast, but where would you like to see QPL grow into the future?
Yeah, definitely in that direction. In that direction. I think it would be very beneficial to the Queens Public Library to let everybody see all that we do, all the services that we provide, our insightfulness, and how aware we are of what's going on around and what we're trying to do to change it. That's about it, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the interview. That
It,
concludes our questions.
my pleasure, man. My pleasure.